These are 5 of the most important, the most potent mindset shift that you can apply in your business. Help my business grow, help the business of other people grow. So stick until the end, because I'm kind of going to go in order of importance. They're going to go all over marketing, sales, finance, offer creation, and much more. The first one, the first pillar, the first mindset shift that I want to talk about, and by the way, I have some notes here, so if I look a little bit down, sometimes it's just because of that, and I'm just translating my horrible writing that you wouldn't understand, so that's why I'm making this video. So simply, time management versus energy management. What do I mean by this is that most of the people stick with time management. How much can I control my time? But this is a kind of a flow mentality, simply because you cannot control time. First of all, we all have 24 hours. And the only thing that differs you from a very high net worth entrepreneur is the use of their time, because you both have 24 hours, right? But it's the output that is more valuable. It's not the time spent in doing something, right? That goes by simply saying the more leverage you use with your time, the better it is. So how can we leverage the time? It's leveraging our energy. So if you work not when you have time, but when you have your energy, what I mean by that is that some people work better in the morning, some people work better in the evening, and you always need to split your time into deep work and shallow work. If you read the book Deep Work, you absolutely know this concept, but not so many people apply it. If you don't know it, deep work is like when you're doing your extreme or the most satisfying by the end, but also difficult work. And then most of the time is a creative work. So if, for example, if you're working online, you're a digital marketer, or you're just simply a coach or a consultant, you get paid by what you produce, right? From the creativity, and that comes from the deep work. So you always need to mix your time of deep work where you're creative and stuff, and that is the thing that generates your income and you need the most energy with. So if you have the energy during the morning, just put your deep work during the morning compared to the afternoon, or when you simply have time. That is gonna change completely your business, first of all, and you're gonna have a much different perception of time. You're not going to start to work when you have time, but you work on the opposite. You work backward. When do I have energy so I can put my work, first of all? And then second, you can insert your non-negotiable. So you always know that every day there are your non-negotiable stuff that you want to do. For example, for me, I know that I want to read 25 pages a day. I always want to learn something new, okay? And that means like, I don't know, I'm going to learn something from an online course, from a master, so from a mentorship, or so on and so forth. So just start with a non-negotiable, and then down the line you put all the other stuff that you need to do, comparing your energy, not your time. So that's kind of like the structure of your day. The second point, this is very, very interesting. More content on social media. What I mean by this is that lots of people are with the mentality, and I'm telling you this because I talk to at least 30 to 50 founders per day, and the only thing that they're focusing on is social media. And yes, it's an amazing strategy for the long term. It's going to give amazing results, because building a brand online is very important. It's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm nurturing you and I'm educating you with what I found valuable. Hopefully it's going to be valuable also for you. If you're still listening to me, you're finding it valuable. So social media is valuable by itself. The problem is you cannot control eyeballs. So the kind of flow of leads that are gonna come from social media, first of all, not always are engaged people. Sometimes they're just entertained people by your content, and therefore they're not gonna convert. What is the difference? What is the mindset shift here? Is passing from just thinking that social media is gonna give you the answer for getting clients, getting leads, getting prospects, getting people interested in what you're selling. Mindset shift is, let me go out there and do a little bit more, maybe outbound outreach, and specifically search for the people that are looking for this. Connections are much more important than followers. I'm saying this because I'm in multiple groups where people are literally like focused so much on followers, but they don't understand that having 10,000 followers may lead, or even 100,000 followers. I'm telling you this from experience, because I know a guy that has more than 100,000 followers, and his revenue is literally zero, struggled all of his life, because he didn't understand how to create that connection. People need to know you, like you, and trust you in order to buy something from you. And there is a whole different process from engaging with somebody, that's simply a follow, and connecting with somebody to a deepest level, okay? And if your content is created on creating value and close the gap from where the person wants to be to where they're at right now, as I'm doing right now, for example, this is creating a connection between you and me. You're getting more interested because there is something that you could change in your business, you could apply, and you want to maybe know more about it. And that's the connection that we create, right? Completely different than engagement and followers, right? I would much prefer to have 500 followers, but they're deeply connected with what I do and they want to know more about my product, what I do, and so on and so forth, compared to having 100,000 followers that are just there putting me a like, okay? So how would I fix this myself? Stop to search for followers and start to look for more deep connections, and therefore go out there and talk to people, start a dialogue. We are literally every business, online, offline, it doesn't matter what kind of stuff you do, it doesn't matter the offer. It always matters that is the connection, is the dialogue that starts the conversation and start to understand, oh wow, actually this John would need my service because he's having an inefficiencies with something and I could provide him this service. That is the thing. You cannot do this on social media because otherwise you wouldn't have, you cannot pitch directly, right? People would find you a little bit awkward. Okay, so that is the second point. The third point that I want to give you here is that the sort of like perfectionism. So I also, this is a problem that I find in so many founders. I passed through this myself and I made so many mistakes with this, losing so much time, so much money. And this is about perfectionism in the terms of like, I'm creating the product and then I'm finding the people. This is completely flawed, okay? I lost probably more than 100 grand just doing this. Why do I say this? Because most of the time we expect that somebody is looking for something, and therefore we create the whole product, we create the whole course or the whole material or the whole marketing campaign and anything for something that a client may not even be interested in. So I'm really an advocate in sell and then produce. Okay, how do you do this? If you're finding yourself in the situation of like, oh my God, I already produce, etc. Okay, start with that material and then iterate as soon as you sell. But I think the best direction you can go for in this case is first start to sell. Even if it's an empty box, you can simply tell them what's going to be the benefit of going through all of this. And if you're starting out from zero and you still don't have a product or anything, you can just sell to the people that may be interested in what you're offering. Something like, it's going to be a beta program and I'm gonna build it with you. Okay, this is exactly what I done myself with most of my initial client. I simply said, look, we are developing the program, but the nice thing about this is that because I'm starting out and I'm using it like a positive thing, I'm gonna build it with you. So whatever is going to be your feedback, whatever is going to be the thing that you need the most, I'm gonna build this tailored to you. And this, the client really appreciated because it's more like a one-on-one approach, so on and so forth. So this is kind of like the way to start and get in the direction. And by the way, this is also a very good bridge when you're passing from like one-to-one coaching to more like group coaching and then later on a product. I use them both. And I think this is like literally the perfect bridge to attach to that. So always launch faster. So don't wait to month and half a year to launch something. Once again, it's a deep mistake that I made many times in the past. Rather start very quickly. Go out there, talk to people, start the dialogue that I was saying before, sell them the offer, sell them something that you can help them with because you have the skill, you have the information. And when you sell them, then at that point you gather the feedback. You understand from them what are they looking at, what is the main problem that they're facing right now, and you create and you adjust a little bit the offer, you adjust your marketing, you adjust your product depending on what's the feedback from the market, okay, and not from you. Because most of the time when you're thinking, oh, let me first do the product, most of the time you're building something that, once again, the market may not need at all. You may have seen from somebody else and you're just saying, if he's doing it, it's going to work also for me. but that is not exactly the case, because sometimes you don't understand how exactly this person is making money. You may look like they're making money in the front end. Maybe they're losing money in the front end because there is a back end offer where they're making the most amount of money. Example, there could be somebody that's selling, I don't know, a guide, a checklist or whatever for a low ticket, and you're thinking like, oh, let me copy this person that is selling $300, $400 course, checklist, guide, whatever it is, okay? And then you're trying to copy that, but maybe that person is literally going to break even, or even maybe losing money in the front end to make all the amount of money in the back end with a high ticket, like a mastermind or something like that. And that is actually what he's trying to develop. But you're just copying somebody, so you may not know this, okay? So very quickly, launch faster, gather feedback, and then you just simply iterate, okay? The fourth shift that I want to give you is that the idea of like you cannot close somebody without a website, without followers. So this is a mistake that, like, my God, so many people are doing right now. If you're starting out, trust me, a website, it may make you feel a little bit more comfortable because you say, like, I have a website and you can check it out and stuff. But a website is not going to make you money. Every entrepreneur knows this very, very well. Because it's not going to be the website and information written on it that is going to convert the client, but it's going to be the conversation. Is going to understand what is the pain point of this person and can I really help them with my offer if I present it well. That is the only thing, okay? Is the likeness of achievement of simply the closure, okay? Difficult words I said, but it's simply like if the person like me, trust me, and know me, then I can convert them very quickly on a sales call, on a one sales call, okay? So how do you do this? What is the mindset shift? You can literally start outreach and go out, talk to people through Facebook, through Instagram, through LinkedIn, through email, okay, through calls, through SMS. I saw also that one, okay? There are literally hundreds of ways to go out there, talk to a client, find an existing group, talk to them, really multiple ways where you can literally start a dialogue without having a website, without having an email even. And I've done this all myself, okay? I literally scaled a company in the past, an agency, to, it was 70 grand per month gross, and 50% of it was of the client. But in general, like, we scaled that amount of revenue, okay? Personally, it was 30,000 profit, so it's still not a trash money, but it was a very good amount of money without having a website. We literally didn't have a website at all. I literally had 2 setters, and that was about it, okay? So it's more important to understand the need of the client and see if you can help them. This is literally the thing that is going to change everything. And if you have the idea of like, yeah, but they're not going to trust me without a website, without the following, so on and so forth, that is an objection that comes actually from you. I talked to people, for example, that they were saying, how did you start if you didn't have this and that? I don't feel comfortable to go out there and talk to somebody because I feel I wouldn't trust myself, right? And this is actually a perception that comes from you, okay? Because it's you that you're not trusting yourself, and then you're mirroring your trust objection with yourself to the other. Trust me, there are a lot of people out there that just need help with something that you may be providing right now, but because they're not pitched or simply like starting a conversation with somebody that could help them potentially, that is exactly the main reason why you're not having clients. And by the way, for the testimonial that you're looking for, because this is another big thing, right? I don't have testimonials, so I cannot get clients. You get testimonial through clients. Can you see how flawed this is? Okay, so in order to get the testimonial, you first need the clients. How do you get first the client? You just start a conversation with them, and maybe out of 10 conversation, none of them is going to go through. Maybe one, but that one is going to be your start point. Okay, surely down the line, if you have a coach, if you have followers, if you have testimonial, all of this stuff helps. Absolutely is going to help you further down the line. But if you're starting right now, don't worry about it, okay? This concludes the fourth point. The fifth point is just going to be something very simple and something that I actually would like to invite you. I have a school community full of a mindset shift and stuff that you could change potentially in your business. I literally have courses about offer creation, lead generation, sales, and all of this is for free. So if you check down the description, go and get your fifth mindset shift and actually many others. You can start also a conversation with me so we can start to understand what's your business right now and how I can help you to achieve the income level that you want. How I do this is simply by working backward. If you want to achieve 10,000 per month, we need to understand, okay, what is your offer right now? How it's priced? And we understand how many clients do you need to talk to? How many lead generation simply you need to have in order to have this many conversations, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to help you literally build all of this in the next 90 days. I generally help people to achieve 300 to 800K and get on the path of 300 to 800K company in the next 90 days. So if this could be something that may interest you, just check it out, the community, because it's going to be amazing. Once again, there is a lot of free material and I would love to have a chat with you, and I absolutely am free to help you. Okay. So I will see you there. Thank you so much for watching. Really, thank you so much. Really worth for me. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.